Hello, Russ. How are you today?
What's happening, Cindy D? How you doing?
I am so excited to talk with you. It's been what since Keto Palooza last year since I saw you,
Well,
and it was
you
we
saw me
met
2
at.
Tuesdays ago. You see me every Tuesday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not in there every Tuesday. I'm not gonna
I don't
lie because
blame
I
you.
bowl on Tuesday night. So
Yes, I don't blame you. A little bit of me
it's
goes a long way. I get
when
it.
I
I get
can,
it.
I pop in like I did the
Yeah,
last time.
I know you do, and I appreciate it. It's always good to see you, and I hope Deb's out there and Amy and your whole crew. I just think they're all great. And
Yeah, we're going to go through a little bit of the chat and see who's here or listening
sure,
or whatever.
yeah.
Jerry is here in the middle of the
Usually
floor.
me, because I'm terrible at the whole chat stuff. I'm terrible at all that. No
This
work.
is good because this is, to me, along with my guest, if it wasn't for the people in the chat, it would just be you and I just shooting the poop and, we could just do it. So,
What's the problem with that? I don't, this,
well, there's nothing, but,
okay.
but, you
I don't
know,
blame you. I don't blame you. We need witnesses. You need to have
that's right.
witnesses if
There
you
you
got me
go. That's it. Always. Well, most of the time, witnesses are good. So,
yes, yeah, yeah.
anyway, Jerry is here. Hey, just an FYI, I'll be there listening, but unable to chat because she's at work.
Yeah,
Thumbs
love
up.
that.
She already did that.
Yeah, don't get
And
fired.
thank
Don't get
you,
fired.
Jerry. Yep. Brian Dish is here. Good evening, Cindy and Russ, and all the Hail Raisers, TGIF.
Yeah.
My group are the Hail Raisers.
Yes, and then my
Yeah.
group, I used to be in a group I'm not in anymore called the Bail Raisers, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Well,
It's
you just need to get in our group, and it's like the Hail Raisers.
I got you. I love it.
This is Lynn, 22Q Cat. Hi, Cindy, Russ, Jerry, and Brian. Live Fisherman Dish. That trips me up every time. And
Mhm.
there's Jerry again. Sherry is here. Hi, friends.
Hey, Sherry.
And Sherry's at OH. Yes.
Hi-oh. That's right. That's right.
Ohio. Keto, Ohio.
We are,
That's
that's right.
right.
We
Us
are
Buckeyes need
authentic
to
here.
stick
We are authentic.
together. What'd you say, Russ?
I said, we're authentic. I-O. We know the call. If you ever
Mhm.
meet somebody that says it from Ohio and you say OH and they just look at you, they're fake. They're probably Wolver rats. They're probably Wolver rats trying to hide out.
Yeah. Evelyn is here.
Hey, Ev.
And I love this. Squeaky Monkey Coconut.
There you go.
I freaking love it. Her 8-year-old grandson or son created this name for her. This
Yeah.
YouTube handle. It's funny.
Well, that's funny.
That is just funny. Hello, Squeaky. I love it. And Erin is here, Miss Booby Goat.
Hey. Yes, love Aaron. She's a regular.
They're saying hello. Don Shonger is here. Good
Oh, good to see
evening.
you,
Good
brother.
evening, Don. Thomas is here. Hello, Russ and
Anytime.
Cindy. And
Come here.
Thomas and I are I'll be live on his channel tomorrow at
Yeah,
4
yeah.
p.m. Yes.
I got in right before he raised his standards. I got in on that channel just
Oh,
right before he raised the standards now. See, I was good.
Russ, you are crazy. You're crazy. You're good.
I don't blame him. After having me on there, you gotta he just had to talk with himself. He said, Thomas, you gotta do better. That's right. And I encourage him, yeah, let's get some high quality guests on there.
Well, I don't know if he's gone that way with having me on,
I
so
definitely think
we'll see.
yes, that is definitely an upgrade. Are you kidding me?
No, no. And
That's an
Thomas is,
upgrade.
I think I am here. So we'll see. Dave Mack has a live right now. Well, what the heck? Why would he
Yeah,
do that?
yeah, never heard of him. I don't know who that is.
Angel Dust Sr. I'm still waiting for you to contact me, dude. Cheers from Oregon, y'all.
Yes, love
B
it.
Rose, hello, listening in tonight. Karen from Low Carb Spin is
Yes, I
here.
know
Hi,
Karen and
all.
your
You met
sister.
them. You met her and her sister at Hack Your Health.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
They're wonderful little people.
Yes.
I just want to put them in my pocket and carry them around with me.
Amy is here. Hi,
That's a
Cindy
joke.
Russ. Go Irish.
Yes, go Irish and take the Wolverines with you. I agree.
Josephine is here from Australia. Hello, hello. Howdy, beautiful people. Lisa Marie is here. Hey, y'all. And I did reply to your email, Lisa, if you didn't catch it. I did get it. I was at the bowling alley, actually. Karen, there's Lane to Wear. Hello from Colorado. Hello. And Barbara, Grandma's Crochet Corner. Hi, everyone. This is awesome.
Yeah, we got a nice little group here.
Yeah, all saying hi. Andy is here. My lady Laugh a Lot. Hello, everyone. And Barbara lives in Ohio, but not from there. It's okay. It's all right. Well, excuse where you're from.
Yeah,
I don't live there now, but I am from there.
I'm with you. I will always
There was,
be from there.
yeah, there was her son.
I will never be from here. I don't care how long I live here. I will never be from here.
What, in Florida?
That's right. I am
It's
Buckeye.
hot.
I am Buckeye born, Buckeye bred, and when I die, I'll be Buckeye dead.
Well, that's where I was born, right in Cincinnati.
Me too. Cincinnati,
Really?
Bethesda
What
Hospital,
part?
3:48 p.m., September the 4th, 1969, Bethesda Hospital. I have the
Really?
documentation. I have the documentation to prove it.
I was born at St. Mary's Hospital that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
My boys were born at Good Samaritan Hospital.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved up to Central Ohio when I was just 2 or 3 years old.
Mhm.
But my grandmother lived there her whole life until she died, both my grandmothers. And my uncle, and I still have one last uncle that still lives there. So yep, that's definitely where both my parents, my mom graduated from Withrow High School.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yep, we are Cincinnati people, and they moved there from my grandfather moved actually from Berea, Kentucky to Cincinnati.
You know, Berea is right the next town over from where I live now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
right down the road. Yep.
yep. My grandmother and my dad's mom and dad were from Berea and moved to
Mhm.
Cincinnati.
Yep. Sherry is here. Hello, my fellow Hellraisers.
Love that.
I know, right? She's part of the reason why we're called this. I
Yeah.
left Dave and came here. Well, thank you, Sandy. And we all love Dave.
I never heard of him. I'm not familiar.
Is Dave Mack Ronald's lost brother? Right, you're a
I love
nut.
Dave. Dave's a good friend. I've been on his program a couple of times. I can't remember once or twice. He came on the Keto Cookout a long time ago, and one of the greatest shows we ever had. I mean, he shut the show down. We were talking about the weirdest carnivore thing we've ever eaten, and
Oh, good Lord.
you you folks, if they go to my channel and look back under the live, it's easy to find which one Dave Mack was in because his picture is in the thumbnail. Um, but that was back when it was me, Alia, and Adam together.
Mhm.
He came on, and we had a great, and it was, I mean, it brought the show to a halt. It was so funny.
Well, I've
Um,
actually had him on my channel, and I've been on his.
yeah,
So
he's great.
he's great. He is.
Absolutely. And I can't blame anybody for wanting to listen to him rather than me. I can't blame you.
Hey now, hey now.
I said me, not you. Hey,
Here's my sister.
I know that. I know that beautiful lady. I see that picture right there, and
Yep.
good to see you, Deb.
I did. Buckeye did.
Yeah,
No, I am here until I am there, and there become here, and here becomes there. So when I get there, I am here. I'm proud of myself being able to read that without stumbling over that.
Yeah, somebody took a little too much insulin, it looks like there, I think. Back
Yeah,
off the insulin, brother. You mustn't be
maybe.
trying to do it.
Wow.
Either that or he needs a little more. Maybe he needs a little more insulin. I don't know.
The heart of it all. Ohio. That's
Yep.
right. Sandy. My Thomas giving me a headache. Yeah, he was testing me. I'm sure of it. Thomas must have had an afternoon coffee.
Yeah.
And Rick cautioned iguana today riding his bicycle. He caught an iguana. What? Yeah, see, not caution, caught. Yep.
Yeah.
Karen, Miss Florida Sunshine is here. Hello.
Hey, good to see you, Karen.
And Thomas only had 10 cups of coffee.
Yes. I like Florida this time of year. It's wonderful down here this time of year. It was a beautiful day today.
When speech to text isn't my friend either. No. So that's about all the chat right at this moment. So, Russ, now everybody has been with your live streams, whether watching from the sidelines or being on as a guest and or just popping in and you welcome them with open arms and you're fantastic. But very few people have heard your story, what got you started within this community and when and all that kind of thing.
Well, I don't talk about it that much because that's not really why I came into the space. But I'm happy to share. I'm a man of the people, as you all know, and
I know.
I give the people what they want. So, but yeah, I came into the space. Honestly, this is the truth, because I found it to basically be dry as the Sahara Desert. I mean, it was so boring, and it was just people droning on about meat, and I mean, and it's like you get it'd be one or two people maybe on a stream, and it'd be like, "Hey, Fred, hey, Bob, how you doing? Oh, good. Just ate some meat. Yeah, me too." It's like, "What kind of meat do you like?" "Oh, red meat, beef, and chicken." "Yeah, what about you?" "Yeah, beef." "What's your favorite steak?" "Al, ribeye." "What about you, Fred?" "Ribeye." And I would just sit there, and I would just, you know, and so I started reaching out to people. I would be in the chat cracking jokes and making silly statements and silly comments, just being fun. And I reached out to several people. "Hey, I can come on the show. I do songs, I do characters, I do this thing called the Reverend, and all that." I did not want to be in any way, shape, or form on YouTube with my own channel and that. I just thought I could come in and liven up some other people's, you know,
Mhm.
streams and just have fun. And that's what I was about. But nobody would put me on. Everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know about that. I don't, and some people, I won't mention any names, but people that we all know, actually people who I'm friends with now and have been on the channel many times, totally ghosted me. Didn't just, I mean, it was, so I started my own channel, and
Mhm.
Adam Lacey was the first person to ever put me on. He saw my channel and saw the Reverend and some different things. And he's like, "You're hilarious, man." He said this to me. This is the truth. He said, "The world needs to know you." And those were his exact words. And I was like, that's a little bit much, but whatever. And so he put me on, and then I came up with the idea for the keto cookout. And it was the same thing. He was like, "I don't know about that." I'm like, just people come in and we just for 5 or 10 minutes and just talk and tell their story. And then I'm like, "Yeah, we do jokes and we can be silly and have fun and build a community." He's like, uh, okay. And so,
Yeah.
and then Ali, kind of came in there and that, and we started, and it was great. We had so much fun. And
Mhm.
now, fast forward years later, it's a very common thing. You see a ton of people with 5, 6 people on the stream, laughing, joking, having fun, cutting up. If you rewind back 3 years ago, you didn't see that. You just didn't.
No,
You didn't
it's
see that.
it's
So,
it's kind of hard, when you have so many people at one time. I've
Well,
done it with a couple, with like three or four, and it's like
yeah.
I'm ready to talk now. I want to talk.
Well, it depends on what you're in the space for. For me, I
Mhm.
didn't come in trying to inspire or educate or teach. If you come on with a channel and you want to teach people and get a message out and this kind of thing like that, yes, other people are interrupting you and you have notes and you have a plan and you have a subject and people are getting off. So the keto cookout from day one and my keto cookout, we never practiced anything, we never talked about anything, it was a show and still is a show about absolutely nothing. It Whatever comes up, whatever happens. And so it's just a free flowing thing. And then we used to book guests, but then that became a thing. So then we just started leaving the door open. Whoever wanders in. And as I said, I'm glad to see more of that. I love it. I love to see people doing it because again, it makes the space more fun. There's only so much you can talk about when it comes to our diets. We're so much more than that. At least I like to think so. We're
You're right,
more-
and we'll get to the
yeah,
much more of that.
yeah.
But
So,
go back to what got you started,
gotcha. So in
and then
terms
we'll
of
get to the fun stuff.
well, yeah, I was talking about what started my channel, um,
Right.
but I know you're talking about what started me getting into ketogenic living, and that's
Into the community. Yeah.
yes. Basically, I was gonna die. I mean, that's basically. I think that's a lot of people's story, and I joke about it all the time. I mean, I still look like the before and after picture, but people that don't know anything about me, have no idea, you know, where I was at when I started and what my blood work was like when I started and what my life like was when I first started. Because I'm 1,000 miles away from where I was, even though I've still probably got 1,000 miles to go. But basically, I was a little different than some. I was never sick. I never spent a night in a hospital. I've never taken a medication outside of, you know, antibiotic. I didn't have problems sleeping. I didn't have any problems that I knew of. I was just heavy and
Mhm.
getting heavier. And I did a thing when I first started my channel called My Overweight Life. It was like a 8 or 9 part series where I just talked about my life from the time I was a little kid up until the time I started my channel. And I talked about how, I was always a big kid, and but I embraced it. I always owned it. It was part of my identity. I
Mhm.
was really a happy fat guy. Especially when I transitioned from like from high school into adulthood because in high school, when kids, can be a little mean, but I was mean too. So, I got teased and stuff here and there, but I would give it back to them. So, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't have that issue. But when you get into adulthood, you go from being fatso to being big guy, and everybody's like, "Hey, big guy, hey." I played on the company softball team. I had big dog on the back of my shirt, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I was a happy fat guy, and until I got into my 40s and I got injured, hurt myself, and then it started a spiral. The
Mhm.
fitness that I level that I did have really dropped. I busted my knee up real bad. I was down for a few months, and then I was hit in the face with, man, I'm gaining weight, and it's getting rough to get around. So I started trying to lose weight, this typical way everybody generally does: eat less, move more. And I did that for a couple years, and I had a moment with a member of my family, and I talk about it where my family comes to visit me every year in October, and they go to the beach and stuff like that. And I don't go, partly because I have no desire to go to the beach. I don't even really like it, but I would go with them, but I really couldn't go. I was just, I didn't know it, but I was over 550 pounds at the time,
Wow.
and I just couldn't get around. I just had trouble getting around. So my one of my family members, at our get together, pulled me to the side after everybody left and basically started to cry. And she was like, "Russell, it hurts me so bad that you can't go out and do things with us as a family. It just hurts me." And it was the first time in my life that I ever heard somebody tell me how my being overweight hurt them.
Mhm.
I'd heard my whole life about how it hurt me. Everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna die. You're gonna have a heart attack. You're this and that. No, don't you want to be healthy?" Blah, blah, blah. I mean, that was always. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But nobody had ever shared with me that my being overweight was hurting them to the point of tears, and
Right.
that haunted me because I talk about it again in my old videos. I'm built for adversity. I deal with it. I can handle it. I'm good.
Mhm.
Um, but the thought of somebody that I love hurting them, that was really tough for me to deal with, and it just haunted me. And it was like a loop in my mind of those tears and those things. And I told her, I said, I said, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. And that
Mhm.
started my, you know, my process. And again, I tried several things, and I was at the point of doing the surgery. Um, I didn't want to do the surgery. I didn't want to get on meds, and I wanted to try to do it the right way. I went vegetarian and did all kind of goofy things. And finally, um, I got to the end where I remembered years and years ago, back in the '90s, I'd done Atkins, and it was the
Mhm.
only thing that ever had worked for me.
Right.
And so I said, okay, I'll try that. But I knew it was going to kill me. At least I thought so at the time. I'm like, but honestly, my thought was, who cares? I'm going to die anyway. You know,
Mhm.
um, at least I'll have a smaller casket. You know, the way I was looking, it's going to take 15. They're going to get a crane to haul me out of there of the way it was going. I'm like, hey, listen, I don't have 17 friends to carry me out anywhere. I'm like, so I gotta somehow get down to where 6 people can carry me out of somewhere.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So so I said, what the hell? What the hell? I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna die anyway. So you might as well do this. And
Mhm.
so I actually went online searching for how bad it was going to be. That's really the truth. As crazy as that sounds, it's like I want to know how bad this is going to be. I want to know when I can expect to stroke out. How long does this last? And I expected to see all kind of horror stories about I did this, carnivore and this and that, and it killed me, and it killed my cousin, it killed my whole family. I mean, I really did. But as I got into it, I didn't see that. I
No.
didn't see any of that. So
It's impressive how this way of eating has helped
yeah,
so many
yeah,
people in
yeah,
so
yeah.
many different ways.
So it was
It's
really
like
the opposite. People were talking about how great it was and how it changed their
mhm.
lives. And so again, I just dived deeper and deeper. And then I saw a video from Dr. Bickman that really changed my life. And I'm fortunate I got to tell him that. I got to meet him and tell him that.
Nice.
And it was like he was talking to me when I was watching this video. It was literally like he was looking in that camera and talking to me. So I
Mhm.
started with keto, and I did that for probably the better part of a year. I didn't really buy into the whole carnivore thing, and I never really did. I have to be honest. We're caring and sharing here. I can't lie to you.
That's right.
I always thought carnivore, or maybe lion diet would be a better way to put it, because my version of carnivore is, I think, more sane, for lack of a better word. I don't want to say sane because I think the lion diet and all the diets are great, but for an average person who wasn't, I don't have any of those obscure, weird diseases or strange things where I have to, and I'm not Michaela Peterson. You know what I mean? I wasn't sick
Mhm.
at all, as far as I knew. So, I was just like, yeah, I can't just eat meat and drink water the rest of my life. That ain't gonna work. I could never do that. And so
No.
I went with keto, and then I just kind of evolved into what, what I would call carnivore, where I just kind of season with vegetables and things like that. I don't really eat very many, but I use them here and there to season and garnish and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, so that's kind of that. I probably it's probably been maybe 18 months since I fully bought into like carnivore, kind of diet, kind of life. The first, year was really more keto, a mix of dirty keto and clean keto. Um,
And whether it's keto, ketovore, carnivore, lion diet, it's all of the ketogenic spectrum,
Absolutely,
even low carb,
absolutely,
everything, everything.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, we were talking backstage about the people that really are sticklers, like, and that's not what this community should be about.
Well, I
You
think it's
know,
changing. I think listen, I can tell you it's changed
it
quite a bit since the time I've been in it.
it's
Um,
relaxed a lot.
yeah, yeah, and
It has.
I like to think I've been part of helping that,
Mhm.
because I've always had a non-judgmental space, all of my
Yeah.
channel, my area, and I've gotten a lot years ago, I got a lot of flack and a lot of heat for not being carnivore. Friends of mine were sent emails, "Don't put him on the channel. Why is he in here? He's not carnivore. He's this, he's that." And you know, I I'd like to think that that stuff is those days are gone in large
Mhm.
measure for the community. I don't have any problem with any of the ketogenic diets, and I bounce back and forth between all of them.
Mhm.
I may be lion diet for a couple of days, and I could be ketovore for a couple of days. I mean, I'm all over the place. That's part of my problem is I'm all over the place, and I'm only as good as the company I keep. That's a big part of my problem too. So I need better friends
I
because
don't think there's anybody that is absolutely perfect.
no,
I regardless of what they say,
absolutely,
there
absolutely,
might be a handful that are so strict and very well health reasons.
yeah, I agree with you.
That would do it for me. If
Listen, Anthony Chafee's probably eating a donut right now. I totally agree with you.
wouldn't
Yes.
that be a hoot?
Yeah, shout out to Chafee. Hey, I see you, Doc. I see you. Hey, listen, I have a video of you in a compromising position with a stalk of celery, sir. So you better, you so you better be good.
That's
You better
great.
not block me. You better
That's
not block me. I'll tell everybody what I know about you, and there's a illicit affair with a head of lettuce. I'm just, yeah. I'm kidding. That's my buddy. Chafee's right. I love Doc Chafee. That's my guy. And if he was here, he'd just roll his eyes and shake his head. That's what he
yeah.
does whenever I'm around. He's a great guy. And
Yeah,
I
but I
admire
mean,
him.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Everybody has to find their niche and what works
yeah,
for them to be
yeah.
successful and to make it sustainable. You
And I
know,
agree with you. I'm willing to talk about the goofy stuff I do. A lot of people are not. And I know I'm not gonna out anybody, but I know for a fact, people that, you know, they're not gonna come on and say, yeah, I had a half a pizza yesterday, but I watched them eat it, so I know they had.
I
And
have
again, I no judge. I
you
no
can
judgment.
ask yeah, you can ask the people in the chat. I have fessed up to things that I
Yeah,
have eaten. Um, because like if I go to a fair, fried dough
absolutely,
is my thing. That
absolutely, absolutely.
I don't care where I'm at.
Yeah,
It hasn't killed me. I'm still here to talk about it.
I totally agree with you. And I said this on my stream a little while ago. I eat what I want, but I
Mhm.
can tell you that what I want to eat has changed since
Right.
I've started this. And there are certain things like sugary drinks and fruit and other things that I have not had in years. I have no taste for it. I don't
Mhm.
want it. You could give me a free Sprite for life. I'd give it away. I have no desire to drink it but other things I still struggle with. And the biggest thing is the company I'm around because I am when my family's here and stuff. I hate to cook. I hate the whole kitchen area. And so when my family's here and they cook and stuff, none of them eat like I do. So I find myself eating what they're eating to some degree. Although that has changed and it is moving. There was a time when it was probably 80-20. I ate what they ate. Now it's probably 50-50. You know, I eat what they eat.
Mhm.
I'll make meals ahead of time and stuff like that. So when they're eating waffles and pancakes for breakfast, I'm eating steak and eggs. You know, when they're eating big sandwiches for lunch, you know, I'll have some salmon salad or something else. And then maybe for dinner, when they make dinner, I'll have what they're having or something like that. You know, it wasn't
Right.
that
Oh, I
way.
get it.
It wasn't that way a couple of years ago. You know, it is
Mhm.
now. So it's just, you know, you get better, you get stronger, you get more settled in as you go, and you just keep fighting. You know, you don't give up. And it's hard for me anyway to give up because you can't unlearn what you know. Like when you know things, you can't unlearn it. I could
No.
never, ever, ever, ever go back to my old life. I mean, in
Yep.
my heyday, I could knock down 1,000 carbs a day. It wasn't a hard thing to do. I could drink 500. I mean, that's, you know,
Without easy.
oh,
That's
yeah,
easy.
man. So that's why, you know, I have to laugh about it when I have a high carb day and I might have 50 or 80 carbs. It's like, are you kidding me?
Like, that's a
I
drop in the
yeah,
bucket.
yeah, I would eat, yeah, I would get that in a snack on the way to bed in my old life, you know. So
Yeah.
so yeah, but again, I still have to do better. I'm going and I want to do better and I'm going to do better. Some of us, man, we just naturally take the long way. Some of us are just born that way. Nothing seems to come easy, and
You know,
everybody else, you know, seems to be
to
a
me to me, the important things are, how is your health?
yeah, yeah. Well,
You
I
know,
mean, listen, my blood work, I put my blood work next to anybody's. My
mhm.
blood work, my last blood test, my A1C was 4.8.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, my insulin fasting insulin went from 23 to 11. My liver numbers went from 32 and 29 to 13 and 14. You know, I could go on and on and on about the benefits, and I've got my life back. I mean, I couldn't get my trash to the curb. I used to. This is no joke. I mean, I have a driveway. It's not that long. I guess it's fairly long, but I um I used to take my cell phone with me when I took my trash out to the curb
Mhm.
because I was afraid I may not be able to make it back to the house.
Right.
And if I something
Wow.
happened, I wanted to be able to call somebody. I couldn't stand long enough to shave. I couldn't stand long enough to scramble eggs. I mean, it was just it was, you know, it was
That's
tough.
a lot
So
of it's a lot of stress on your legs.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, I've lost 100 pounds, and I can't even imagine
Yeah.
walking around with that now.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I can't. It's like it's crazy. I'm
yeah,
like, why was I doing this? It was it was
yeah.
just
I'll tell you
nuts.
something, at Keto Palooza, I think the first Keto Palooza I went to was in 2023.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was the first one I went to, and I went into a Kroger store at Keto Palooza, in Louisville, Kentucky, and that is the first time I had been in a grocery store in 7 years,
Wow.
if you can believe that, because up until that time, I had groceries delivered,
Mhm.
because I just couldn't get around, and, it was tough to get around, and then before that, I had a living girlfriend that did all the grocery shopping.
Mhm.
So, you know, it was crazy, when I thought about it, you know, that and, like, Costco, are you kidding me? I'll tell you another I, I've been a member of Costco for a while. I can't remember when, maybe 2017 or 2016 maybe,
Mhm.
and they would send the rebate checks in the mail. You
Right.
know, you get your rebate, and I used to throw them away
Ooh.
because you have to go into the store in person with your card and all that to use it. I couldn't get to the front door, let alone in there. Are you kidding me? That thing's like an arena.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I
That,
just threw them away,
all those
and
wholesale clubs are the same. In New Hampshire, there was BJ's up there that we used to go to, and my husband, God love him, after one of my knee surgeries, he said, "Come on, we're going to BJ's," and I'm like, "What?"
yeah, I mean,
I
it's like
was
an
just
arena. I mean,
I
but
was just going through physical therapy for my knee. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he said, you can get you one of those carts. I said, that I won't do because there's people worse off than me. And
Yeah.
boy, did I hold on to the grocery cart like it was a crutch. And I'm like, but I made it through that store. And boy, it was like,
Yeah.
that was a chore.
Well, in 2023, I got one in the mail and I didn't throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna use it this year.
Yep.
And it was the spring of 2024. In March of 2024, I went to Costco, and that was funny too because it about killed me, but I did it. Of course, you get there, and it's a country mile from the parking lot just to the front door. And keep in mind, I'd been a member for years, but I'd never been in a store. I did
Wow.
it all online. So I didn't have an ID. I didn't have a physical thing with my picture on it. All I had was like a digital thing. So I go up there and the lady's like, "You can't come in here." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I showed her my phone. She said, that doesn't have your picture or nothing on it. She said, "You got to go all the way around the corner on the other side to the membership area to get your ID." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm thinking to myself, ma'am, you have no idea how this could turn out."
Wow.
So I walked all the way over there, stood in line because there was a line, of course,
Mm-hmm.
got my ID, went all the way back around there, and went in the store. And I was on fumes by the time I got out of there, I have to say. But
But you
I
did it.
did, that's right. I did
And
it. And now it's,
that's the
yeah,
key. It's like
yeah,
every day is better than the day before. And
yeah.
it's so important to keep moving.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's
I'm not really afraid of the
like,
walk anymore. There was a time when I had to plan my life around the walk. How far is
mhm.
it? Is it uphill? Is it I don't have to really do that. Now I have to plan a little bit around stairs. Like if there's a bunch of stairs, I may have to say, okay, how many stairs are there? I don't know. I can do a couple of flights, but that third flight, yeah, you better call somebody.
Oh, I
Um,
know the feeling there.
yeah, but still, again, it's all part of the process and the progress you make. And the people that look at me and like, yeah, this guy, yeah, what they have no idea of those type of life changing things that you know that mean a lot to you, or that the victories that you have. They they don't see that.
Yeah. So it's like when with my husband and I with we do a lot of bowling, and at the bowling alley they'll bring in sweets and all kinds of stuff. Well, not only is my husband keto with me, he's a diabetic, type 1.
Mm. No.
And it's like he can't have this stuff. Well, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
can't have it. We pass. It's like, no, we don't eat sugar. They look at us like, what? Like,
You have to say
what did you say?
we don't eat sugar anymore. That's just,
Yeah, it's like, and I look at him and I said, listen, and I'll pull out my phone and my before picture. I
yeah.
said, this was me 5 years ago. And I said, I don't want to go back to that. And they look at it and they look at me like, wow. I said, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the person I don't want to be anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one that can control that.
Yeah.
So, by it's not that I don't want to participate in your little party or whatever. I don't want to get back to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not just because of the weight loss, the health benefits that
Yeah.
came with it. And it's
Yeah.
like, but you're right. When they just see you, they have no idea where you were and what you've gone through and how many successes you've gotten to that point to understand, hey, I'm good.
Not only that, but they have no idea that I'm healthier than them,
Hmm.
because your
Yeah.
health is not on the scale and it's not in the
Nope.
mirror. Your health
Nope.
is in your blood. And
Yep.
I put my blood work next to anybody's.
Well, I'll tell you now, your A1C is better than mine.
Well, that was probably 8
Mine's
months
normal,
ago. I
but
don't know.
it's
You
yours
know,
is. I get
I
mine back, and my doctor says your blood work is better than mine. I said,
yeah.
"What does that tell you, dude?"
And I mean, I know that firsthand because I've helped a lot of people with their blood work. I've seen a lot of people's blood work. You know, it's amazing to me how many people reach out to me that I have no idea they're even watching my channel.
Mhm.
And they hear it and it comes back to them down the road. They're like, a couple months ago, I heard you say something about, can you look at my blood work? Sure. And it's crazy how my blood work, I have a friend that is probably maybe 20 years younger than me and
Mhm.
400 pounds lighter than me. And his blood work, if you looked at both of them, you would think that they were reversed. And he's been feeling terrible and that's why he came to me in the first place. And it was more amazing to him. I kind of expected it, but it was the first time I'd ever like seen it in black and white. And
Right.
the numbers just jumped off the page at me. And his blood was I don't even know how to say it. It's like jello. I say that's what I tell people. It's like your blood is jello. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. And he kept saying over and over, "Oh my gosh, yours is better than mine. Yours is better than mine."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, because what you're looking at is 50 years of torturing myself, the residual effects of
Mhm.
50 years of torturing myself. I haven't been
Yeah.
eating this way for that long, and at any given time, it's in streaks. I used to have good days and bad days. Now I have good weeks and bad days.
Mhm.
Now, I'm trying to get to the point where I have good months and bad days.
Yeah. It's a gradual thing. You
Yeah.
just take one day at a time, and all we can do is the best we can do.
Yeah, for some people, just a word to people out there who may be struggling or may have friends that are struggling or whatever, I say it all the time, you know, I see people, I cannot lie, I'm a human being. Yeah, I'm kind of, I call myself depression resistant. I'm not really one to stay down. I might get a little down, but I don't stay down. But
Mhm.
it can be discouraging when you look around and you see people who are just seem to be doing so much better than you.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, you know, it can be. And I encourage people, don't do that. Just run your own race. Don't look to the right or the left at what other folks are doing. God bless them. I'm happy for them, excited for them. But my success is my success. My story is my story. And some people, man, just spend their life swimming upstream. And listen, some people work harder and try harder. And when I see people that I really look up to, like Lindy or Todd Bachnes, or people who literally were like, "Are you kidding me? 550 pounds? I'd have gave anything to be 550 pounds." I was 750 pounds and
Yeah.
on oxygen and every other kind of thing. When I talk to those people and I say, I'm so happy for their success. I don't have one
Right.
ounce of hatred. Oh man, I'm so jealous that they've lost all that weight or whatever. But I also look at their lives and what their lives were, and I can understand how they may have been a little more motivated than me because I didn't have those
Right.
problems, all those health problems and all those issues. So, again, I encourage people just, take your one step at a time, do what you can do what you can sustain. You're getting better, you're getting healthier. Don't be discouraged when you look around and see people that are doing better than you or you think are doing better than you or whatever. Just
Right.
just focus on, doing the best you can and working to improve.
That's right. That's like I was saying. Finding what works for that person.
Yeah.
We hear it all the time on all the channels, everywhere out there. Do what works for you,
Yeah.
because that's the only thing that's going to be successful for you. You know, there's so many people that will say, "Oh, well, you should be eating this way or you should eat this way." No, that's good for you, but that doesn't mean it's good for me.
Yeah.
And people that are, like you said, it's getting better, and it's coming around where there's not so much camaraderie as there used to be.
Well, the other thing is it doesn't mean you can do it. And I get this. I understand it, but I explain it to people like this. It's like people are like, well, just do it. Just get it done. It's like, you know, I cold turkey. I know many people who quit drinking cold turkey and quit smoking cold turkey. I tell it, cold turkey is for sandwiches. Okay, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not built that way. I
Yeah.
can't. If I was smoking, I would need a patch and the gum and another patch and more gum and a seance and a witch doctor and more gum and another patch. And I could get it. I could get it done. But I'm not going to be able to do it cold turkey. I'm not built that way.
Right.
God bless the people that are. They're like, well, it's easy. Just do it.
No.
I'm like, okay, okay, genius. Here's what I want you to do. I give you 1 minute. Make up a song about chicken wings and sing it on from the internet. It's easy. It's easy. Come on. I said, here, I got a better one for you. I'm gonna give you a microphone. You stand at the 50-yard line at the stadium and sing the national anthem. What are you talking about? It's easy. I can do it. And so then they're like, oh, I kind of get what you're saying. We
Yeah.
all have different talents. We all have different things that come easy for us and
Yeah.
that are
Well,
simple to us.
you can ask Deb. It took me 3 months to decide to even start keto after she kept talking about it and talking about it. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
fine, fine, I'm going to do this. But when I did it, I went from sad to real strict keto
yeah,
and had all the junk in the house, did the cooking for all the family, and just didn't partake in the food that I knew I shouldn't eat. But I realized that's not as easy for other people.
yeah, yeah.
But it also took me 3 months to build up that determination
Yeah,
before I even started. So,
yeah,
that's where my head was. It was like, okay, I'm not going to start a little at a time, but I'm not going to jump right into it until I'm ready.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that was that. So it was like, whoo, because it is hard. It is
yeah.
extremely hard.
And
And
it's like if you locked me up and if you chained me to a radiator and threw a steak into me every couple hours, okay, yeah, I could do that. But it's like I tell people, it's like when you decide you want to change your diet, or when you decide all your favorite restaurants don't close down. All your
nope,
favorite family dinner foods and all the things you've done your whole life don't go away. All your favorite foods, you don't just lose a taste for them overnight.
nope,
And some people are tougher than other people. Some people are stronger than other people. That's just life.
yep.
And I tell people too, I one time speaking of Dr. Chafee, I was joking with him and because he was like, I sometimes you just have to power through and you just have to. And I love again, that's my guy. No, I love the dude. I mean, we're good.
Mhm.
We're good.
Oh, I got to meet him.
Yeah. Well, actually, yes. And I was. And that's funny. You should
You
mention that.
did that. You did that for
I
us.
introduced you to him. Listen,
Yeah,
you.
that we got our picture taken with them thanks to you.
Yes, that's I. It's a. I won't tell the story, but you want to talk about a group of ladies that look like a bunch of high school girls out there. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, look, I laughed. I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. But the point I'm making is, I said, listen, dude. I said, look, Doc. Everybody's not a superhero from the planet Carnivore. All
No,
right. Everybody's not. Some of us are just mere earthlings, just trying to make it, trying to struggle and get it done. I said, just push through and power through. I said, dude, I am not a Navy SEAL. I'm not, I'm not looking for Hell Week. I said, I'm
no,
just trying to make it through the day without ending up in somebody's drive through. I said, so, I appreciate guys like you that are, can just do it and white knuckle it and just, all that stuff, man. But some of us, brother, we ain't built like that. The
right,
coward lives to tell how the brave man got killed. That's
right. So we're gonna go through and acknowledge some people that have popped in
yeah,
here since we've been talking. And I want to say this. Lynn says to you, hang with us, Russ. Never a dull moment with us
I love it.
hellraisers.
I love it. Hey, listen, I like to be where the ladies are anyway. Shout out to all my keto cuties and my lovely carnivore cuties and low carb ladies all over the world. Hey, listen, send me an email. We'll go half on a boiled egg or something.
George is here. Don't panic, Russ. Here I am. Cheerio, old chap. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
just can't stay too long. He's probably already gone because this was a while
yeah,
ago.
yes.
It's
Gotta go
late
have
here, and I've got a big lunch at a Longhorn Steakhouse tomorrow. Nice.
yeah, gotta have a spot of tea.
Yes.
Okay.
Thomas said, "Sorry about that, Russ. Don't understand why." And I'm not sure what that was about right now.
He doesn't know either. He doesn't know
And
either.
Deb said, "Never a dull moment with you around,
Well,
Russ."
that's right. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
Yeah. Sandy said, "Love Russ's channel, make me uplifted and happy." Yeah.
I
He's
love it.
great. He's
Love it.
great. BK Belgian Carnivore. Hi, Russ. Hi, all. Hello. Hello.
Yes, love BK.
Keto Cookout is like a block party. Yeah. It was
Hey, let's
Brian.
have fun.
And Russ's singing gives me chills. And we're going to get to that because
Well, put on a jacket or something and put some clothes on, Sandy. Sandy's sitting around there with no clothes on, listening. So put a sweater on, Sandy. If you got the chip.
now, how do you know she's sitting there with no clothes on, Russ? That's what I want to
If
know.
you're cold, put some clothes on around there. Get a blanket, something.
Jerry says, "Yes, my idea too, but my lives are late. Hence, Jerry after dark. You can only she's you can only talk about so much meat." Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And Jerry yeah, she's tough.
She kind of spicy.
Tuesday night is party night in our space. Yep. Amy's watching from both channels. Thank you.
And so, how's she watching for both channels? She's only got one good eye. How does that work? You just got you look. I'm kidding. She has two good eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she does. I
So
thought about switching, but not a big talker, anyways. Well, Dawn, you could switch. It's okay. Lisa's saying hello. I'm happy to see Russ so uplifting. He is. And this is my husband, Brian. I
Hey,
think
what's going
you
on?
got to meet him, right?
I can't. I don't. Maybe was he at? No, I don't remember.
He wasn't at Hack Your Health, but actually he was at KetoCon the first year that we went, right before it turned to Hack Your Health last year.
I might have. I'm terrible with names, but I
It's
know
the
it's a
well,
near
his
state.
name's not Dale, it's
Yes,
Brian.
he's
So
tricking
that's
everybody. Yes,
first.
he's tricking everyone. He's under. Yes, he's under.
Is he's
Going there.
incognito all the time.
That's right.
Looks like this is a good channel just to be a lurker. Yeah. But make sure you do say hi when you're lurking because
Lizzie.
Lizzie is here.
Be
Hello.
careful with Lizzie. She's very dangerous and very violent. Everybody knows that.
Oh, now, Russ,
Yes.
you're telling tales again.
Be careful around Lizzie, ladies and gentlemen. She will chop you in the throat. I've seen her do it.
Brenda Foley is here, back from
I know.
vacation.
Yes, I know, Brenda. She said she was in Tennessee quilting or something. I love that.
Linda Flanagan is here. Hello, Linda.
See,
And
Lizzie said
BK.
true. She knows.
She said that way long time ago.
Oh.
I'm like way behind. BK says, even it's a carnivore on my name, I still make vegetable soup with bone broth and meatballs. Nice. I am perfectly imperfect. Yeah, that was Sana's YouTube name.
Yep.
I believe that as I just came back from vacation. Yep. Thomas, speaking of perfect, I have to get up 4 a.m. tomorrow, so I want to go try to get some sleep. You're probably already gone, but thank you, Thomas, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Night. Sweet dreams. So I don't know. No, Amy. No. Why? Why?
I had some
Why?
sardines the other day, man. I was looking in my cabinet and found the 2 cans of sardines with mustard sauce, man.
Yeah.
They were gone before I knew it.
Nope. Nope. It's like, here you go, Jerry. But back home and strict again. It is done. Amy, no, not the S word yet. See, she knows. Back to the grind, still listening though. Get back to work, Jerry. That's an amazing A1C, and Lynn says the same thing. Mine is steadied at 5.4, and I'm cool with that. It's like
Yeah, yeah. I don't. That was I think July of. It's been about a year, maybe 8 months. I think November last year, maybe or December last year. That was my last blood test. So I had a little
that's an
turmoil.
impressive.
I had a little turmoil since then, but at that time, that's what it was. And I do have the documentation to prove it. If you,
That is absolutely impressive.
I can prove it if you require me to. If you think I'm lying,
No, I believe you.
I know.
Don says, I'm suffering with a little bit of lightheadedness now that I didn't have before. Blood pressure could be too low. Not a doctor, not advice,
Yeah,
but check
yeah,
your blood pressure because it could be too low because that's what it does.
yeah. Stay away from the Jack Daniels, there, brother. That's just the one shot too many. That's what I would tell you.
And
I
Evelyn said,
mean,
your first KPL was hers also, 2023.
yes, yes.
And then Amy, question for the panel. Are you both going to KPL 2026? And that's a hell yeah.
Panel. Who are you calling a panel?
Me
No,
and you. We're the panel of two.
we are a pair. Thank you very much. She's from. Listen, she went. She got a Notre Dame education. She doesn't know what. She doesn't know anything. Okay, I'm just saying. Yes, if they will have me, I will be there. Autumn. Autumn hates me. Well, go ahead.
No, she don't. No, she. I can't imagine anybody hating you, Russ. Nobody.
She hates me.
We are going, Amy. Yeah, I couldn't wait. When I saw that listed that Autumn posted, she was going to have it again. I was like, yes. I sent it to Deb. I
I've
said,
heard
we
that
are
it's not going to be at the
going.
Galt House, though. I heard it's not going to be at the Galt House.
No, she hasn't said yet, but tickets don't go on sale till January anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as they do, anybody that's interested better grab them because it's limited to 300 people.
Hmm.
And it is the best event.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot of
so
fun.
well organized. It's very structured. It's great. But
Yeah.
and Amy's going too. Good. So glad to hear you're in better health now, Russ. Yes. And I think that's pretty much the consensus of
Yeah.
everybody that I've interviewed
Yeah.
that has switched to switched from the sad way of eating to whatever they're
Mm.
doing. Their
Yeah.
health has improved, not just the weight loss. They're happier. That it's just everything. It just falls right into place. It's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be alive. I can't prove that, but I might have done something. I might have had surgery, or I might have been on GLP-1s or something. I mean, maybe I don't know, but I can tell you something had to give because I was spiraling the drain.
Yep. So glad to see you just getting back here. Had to take my pups out. Going soon. Have plans. Take care of.
See you
I'll
later.
see you next week, Lisa Marie. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. Hi, Evelyn. Good night, Lisa. Sherry says yesterday was my day for off plan. Went to our Hualapai Mountain Resort for lunch. I hope I said that right. Ate a cordon bleu Sammy on sourdough, small salad, fried potato chips, and half a pumpkin cannoli. That sounds good.
The only problem I can see with that is you should have had a whole one. No, I'm just kidding. That's not funny. I take that back. I didn't mean that. I said that out loud. I didn't mean to.
There she said, I was so full, it was an OMAD day. It didn't seem to hurt me a bit. Today, back to normal on my veggie meals. She is, yes, she's more vegetables, a
Yeah,
little bit of meat. It works for her, and that's
yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely. I'm with you. I think that's a lot of people can do that too. I think
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that can improve their health by eating that way when you compare it to the standard American diet.
Yeah, it's tough. Amy said, when I had a bad hip, I had to plan my way around the walk too, Russ. I totally understand that. Yeah. It's like like I was talking right after one of my knee surgeries, and he decided we're going through a wholesale club. I'm like, you've got to be out of your mind, dude.
Yeah.
But I did it. And, I was no worse the wear. I might have been tired, might have been a little sore, but
Yeah.
it was all good. I have to go now too. Night, Sherry. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. I still prefer to use the handicap bathroom stall because there's a railing and it makes it easier for me to pull myself up. Sometimes. DK, I went from 355 pounds to 275, still looking for another 50 pounds losing, and if it's not this year, maybe next year then. That's great. You just got to
Yeah.
take it a day at a time. But more importantly than what the scale says is that you feel good
That's right.
and
Get your
that you're
blood work done,
healthy.
get your fasting insulin checked,
Yep.
check your liver, things that matter really matter.
All the things. Yeah. Thomas, I ever hope you're going to KPL too. I'm sure she will. The bad thing is, Two Crazy Ketos is having their cruise at the same time as
Mm.
Keto Palooza.
Well, Joe and Rachel, a little bit of them goes a long way, especially out of Rachel. So
She's funny. She's a hoot.
listen, I told her I said, you hug me one more time, lady, I'm going to get a restraining order against you. I'm just telling you, just leave me alone. I'm
Amy said
kidding.
yeah, she's great. She really is.
Joe and Rachel are the best. Love them. Shout out to the Ketos. God bless them wherever they are. Great people.
Yeah. Amy said your A1C is better than hers too. Her last one was 5.1.
I'm never going to
Terry
check it
Sue is
again.
here.
I've decided after this, I'm never going to check it again because I'm afraid that I can't beat that. I'm afraid that it's going I'm just going to listen. If you see me on the live stream 5 years from now, I'll be like, hey, my A1C is 4.8. I had a blood test 7 years ago.
Well, let me tell you, I told you my husband's a type 1,
Yeah.
right? When I met him, his A1C was 17. He was out
Yeah.
of control, way out of control. When
Yeah,
we
I
moved
mean,
four years ago,
if your A1C is higher than your shoe size, ladies and gentlemen, you got problems. I'm just saying.
his was way higher. He only wears a size 8 shoe, so
Exactly,
it's
I'm
like
trying to tell you. If your A1C is higher than your shoe size, call somebody. Get some
that's
help.
funny.
There was no excuse in 2025 for that. Yeah,
But
call somebody
let me
today.
say this. I'm gonna get serious for a minute. When we moved from New Hampshire, his A1C was 7.9. 4 years. We've been to Kentucky 4 years now. In the process of that, he's been holding steady pretty much at 6.4. One day we walked out of the endocrinologist office and he was almost in tears because his A1C hit 6.1.
Mm,
He said that's the lowest numbers he's ever had. He never thought he could ever have numbers like that.
that's wonderful.
He is shooting for a normal range. And I'm telling you, I don't know if there's any type ones in the chat, and I know everyone is different. He asked Dr. Berry a question at KPL last last time they had 24. And he told him he was a type 1. He said, I can sit down and eat a steak and my blood sugars will go up and linger over 200.
Yeah.
He said, unfortunately, that's the life of a type 1 diabetic. There is no rhyme or reason. It's a constant battle. And, it's crazy.
But
It's
now
like today,
my question would be, what kind of steak and how fatty? Because steak isn't just steak. It can be a
right?
lean sirloin or it can be a fatty, a fatty.
Ribeye.
I'd be curious to see. Yeah, I'd be curious to see if
Mhm.
he, ate a really fatty steak versus more of a lean steak because we know that the body metabolizes protein differently with and without fat. I'd be
Now,
curious.
Brian,
He's probably done it.
If you're still, my husband, Brian, if you're still in this chat, because we had pork belly that was air fried and eggs for a late lunch.
Yeah.
I want to know how your blood sugars are now because that is some fatty meat.
Yep, 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 yep.
So that I'd be interested in. So
I could put,
while
you
I'm
know,
waiting for him, he
picanha,
may
like
not even still be here.
yeah, if you had a picanha with the full cap or like a brisket with a big fatty cap or something like that, I'm certain it wouldn't raise it as much. I just don't know whether it go to 180 or 170 or it's going to raise it. Anything you eat raises it. It's just a
Right.
matter of how much. But
It's crazy though. It's like there is no guessing. You know,
yeah,
he's on a pump
yeah,
with obviously a CGM that comes with it.
yeah.
It's a nut. It's a crazy thing. Evelyn said, it amazes me how when you say I don't eat sugar, how many of them think they don't eat sugar, but they eat all the carby foods that turn to sugar.
Yeah, I've had that conversation many times with people. It's like, oh, I eat low carb. Oh, yeah, I don't eat sweets, and they got a bag of Doritos in their hand. It's like, yeah, but it's your
Yeah,
body turns that into sugar too. So yeah.
I would just like to have like two Doritos out of a bag. Just the taste. Anyway, Don says I started at 335 and at 275 now. That's great.
Love that. I was 275 when I was born. That's quite a coincidence there.
Weren't not.
I was 274 pounds and 8 ounces. I got. Don't make me
No,
pull out my birth
no,
certificate, Cindy. Don't
no,
make me.
no. Evelyn said hashtag Team KPL 26. I'll be there. Yes.
Love it.
Now, you brought it up. How much did you weigh at birth? Because I bet I beat you.
I don't know the answer to that. I just said 274 pounds, eight
You
ounces.
did
You think I'm a liar? Are you calling me a liar? Are
You're
you calling
fibbing.
me?
You're fibbing.
I will call the zoo and verify it.
You're fibbing. You're
Yeah,
fibbing.
I really don't know how much I was when I was born.
I
And
weighed
I'm not
almost
270.
11 pounds when I was born.
Yeah, that's a big baby.
Yes, it is. My mom had 5 kids. 3 of us were over 10 pounds.
Wow.
I was the biggest. Deb says, woo, the Hellraisers will have a good representation at KPL. We need t shirts. Hellraiser t shirts. I made a big pot of split pea and bacon soup for my 92-year-old neighbor today. Yep. 92 years old, that God love her,
Yeah,
let her eat what she wants.
that's right.
That's
There are worse things.
absolutely. And Amy says she can't wait. Yeah. Nobody posts their failures on social media for the world to see.
Speak for yourself there, young lady.
Mhm.
Some of us do that regularly.
Yeah. There you see, that sounds delicious. Many years since I've had that. Yep. That soup. Exactly, Ellen. This is so true. And the people that post their struggles get mocked. It's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a thick skin. I have the soul of a comedian. It's like you have to go so far to hurt my feelings. It's like I will hurt your feelings long before you can ever hurt mine.
Yep.
I only have one, it's and
Hello,
it's
Terry
hard to get.
Sue. She popped over on my channel. I quit smoking cold turkey, beat cases 22 months ago. I'm happy I did
Yeah,
it.
God
Yay.
bless you. God bless you.
Yeah. We have our youngest sister was the only one in our family that smoked. But she quit like 6 years ago. She has COPD, coronary artery disease, type 2 diabetes, I think, unless she has gotten better with that. And she's the youngest. Well, she was the second youngest. We had a brother that was younger who passed away at the age of 49.
Mm,
And, you know, there was a lot in our family. And when I had my gastric bypass in '07, I was trying to run away from all the family history of everything,
yeah, yeah,
only to know now that I ran into a lot of crap having that surgery
yeah,
that I wish I had never done it. I heard yesterday on another channel the success rate for beating food addiction is 3%, and the success rate of beating cocaine addiction is 30%.
I'll tell you a funny story. Dr. Hampton, we were somewhere, I can't remember where we were, and he was talking about a study that had been done with mice and sugar and cocaine. and that the mice had cocaine, and then they put sugar in there, and within a matter of time, they were addicted to the sugar, not the cocaine. I said to him, "Have you ever tasted cocaine, sir?" And and he just looked at me and said, "No." I said, "Yeah." I said that might have had something to do with. I said, "I haven't either, but I've heard that it's disgusting." Of course, people were laughing, but
Wow.
yeah, it is very addictive. There's no doubt about it.
Terry Sue said that her soup is a special flavor. I love it. Hand me a cup. See what happens tomorrow. To keep us posted. Don't hand Amy a microphone. She would take that challenge. If she's going to eat sardine ice cream, she'll take any challenge. Any. Dustin is here. Just got upstairs from the beach and pool, showered, probably going to Uber to a nice dinner with just Chandra and I. There you go. That's how
Right.
that's the vacation. Within the vacation. No, Sherry, you know it. So glad to see Cindy and Russ.
That's
Thank
our
you,
brother.
Dustin.
Good to see you, brother. Tell the wife I said hey.
We say, I hope you're having a wonderful vacation. Yes. Dustin said we're having the best time. Sandy says enjoy. Amy, I think it's because we have to have food, but a person does not need that Coke product. And a Diet Pepsi. Sorry, it's the one thing I've never given up. What's up, Dustin? Exactly, and I meant cocaine, not Coca-Cola. Well, we all know what happened with Coca-Cola years ago. Whether it still has it or not, I don't know. Dustin, how romantic. How long has it been since that happened? We find consistency and happy balance. And Karen says, can I just say, Russ, I love you.
And I love you back. I love you back, Karen. You are the best.
Andrew and I
Appreciate it.
don't go out
I
all
need
that often. I
all the love
know.
I can get.
What'd you say?
I said I need all the love I can get. I'll take it all.
You're the best. Dustin also, you guys give the best
Oh,
hugs.
that's my man. Hey,
It's like,
that's because we love people, man. I hug you like I love you.
mm-hmm, yep. It's Jerry that's probably in some manner of disrobe. Uh-oh. Jerry, not right now, Dustin. She's at work. Tired, always in a nightie. Not wearing anything but shorts, but I'm at the beach and just showered. Unless I got chills, they're multiplying. There you go. Sing it, Russ.
I don't know that song.
Really? I don't believe that.
Listen. If I
From
know it,
Greece?
I sing it. Trust me.
Really?
I don't even know who it's by. I might know it and not know that I know it, but
Yeah, it's
nope.
from movie Grease. That one I do know. And I don't watch too many movies
Oh
and
yeah.
all that.
I don't
Both
know any.
channels open
I don't think I
also.
know
Thank
any
you so
Grease
much.
songs.
Do what?
I don't think I know any Grease songs. I might know one. I don't know.
I'm working. The best thing that you ever did, well, I can't say the best thing. When I was on in the chat on one of your live streams and you were asking for requests and you sang my mom's most favorite ever song, Amazing Grace.
Oh, I know that one.
I know you do. And
Well,
I'm gonna give you the floor for that one
well, if
because
that's a request, you have to say. You were just telling a story about you saw me one
it's
time.
please,
Oh
please.
yeah, oh yeah, that's an old one. Everybody knows that one. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see you, I can see. I was blind, but now I see. There you go.
That was awesome. But you did that for me that night.
Oh, well, there you go.
And that meant a lot.
Oh,
That
well, I
meant a
love
lot.
that. I love that. I like to bring joy. I like to bring joy to everybody's life except my baby mama. And you know who you are. I hate you. No, I'm
Ooh,
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't have any kids. I don't have an ex-wife or a baby mama. That's
see?
just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a joke.
That's funny. That's just funny. Josephine says, I need the meat because my heart is set on meat. You got me singing, Evelyn. Totally green with envy of Dustin and Chandra now. Yes. Terry Sue, my mom was born in South Bend. She's a Notre Dame fan. There
Notre
you
Dame, not
go.
familiar with it. Never heard of it.
Oh my goodness, Terry Sue. I work in South Bend and live in Mishawaka, born and raised and went to Notre Dame. Yeah. I hope she offers it to previous attendees first, like she did in 2024, and many regulars will be on the cruise. Yep, they will.
Yeah. It doesn't. Hey, listen. Even if there's no ticket, I'll still be in Louisville. I'll just be hanging out. I'll just be texting people, and we'll just hook up for dinner later on.
Now, you see this? Evelyn is a fantastic cook, Russ. I have a
Really?
recipe for keto cannolis and a pizzelle cannoli maker. I haven't made them yet. Evelyn, bring your maker to my house and we'll make them.
There you go.
Come January, Russ, I have been eating this way for 21 years. Wow. I
Mm.
eat more meat now because of my new friends, all
Mm.
of us. Was
That's right.
95% veggie and now about 80%.
There you go. Well, keep going. Keep going. If you want to. I'm not. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not that guy. Trust me. But I grew up Seventh Day Adventist. If a lot of people don't know that, or well, a lot of people do know, I talk about it all the time. So I am very familiar with vegans and vegetarians. Many of my family are vegans and vegetarians and all that. So
Mhm.
you know, um,
This this
uh,
is this is rough. All bathrooms should be equipped for handicapped people. My mom got stuck on the toilet for like 20 minutes in a restaurant
oh,
bathroom one time until someone came in to save her.
oh
You
my,
know, some of those stalls, and yeah, I don't know what it's like in the men's room, but some of those stalls are so small.
yeah,
Even after losing this weight, it's like got to get
yeah,
sideways to be able to close the door, and then it's
yeah.
crazy. They're very small. KPL is Keto Palooza. Here you go. It is a great meetup in Louisville, Kentucky that will be next October. Yes, it's very nice. And you should go, Barbara. Keto, not keto. Thanks, Evelyn. And here's Brian's response. He's at 129,
Hmm.
and if I do not eat it, can still
Yeah,
go up. So if
sure.
he still doesn't eat the fat, he
Yeah,
can.
but
It,
that's a lot better than 200.
oh yeah, definitely. 275 at birth, and your mama named you. Ouch.
I have if your blood sugar is 129, does the insulin pump even kick in? I mean, is there a certain number?
It does. That insulin pump is ongoing, except if he gets down to 70.
Oh,
I believe is what it is. That sucker will start beeping when he's at 80, where it's perfectly
mm,
normal. His pump, his phone that coincides with his pump, he is full of bells and whistles that go off all the time.
yeah,
That it's crazy. And he can't
yeah,
change it. It's
yeah,
preset. He cannot change it because he feels fine at 70.
yeah,
He feels okay at 60, but that pump, man, whoo.
yeah, yeah.
And what happens if it gets too low, it will shut off by their standards low.
Hmm.
And then when it kicks back on, then he's got these high sugars because he's had no insulin going through, and it takes forever for it to come back down. It's
Yeah,
it's a vicious cycle. Started out at 293, now at 175. Angel, that is awesome. Way to go. Yes. Guess what I'm eating right now?
Yeah, I love it.
You can have them. Amy, I just had a creamy, and that's what I'll be having when I'm done here.
But you make this at the kilt side of the carnivore ice cream or whatever?
Yeah, keto chow.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Shout
Keto
out
chow
to
ice cream.
Miriam.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Get Amy to make a sardine? Blech, blech. That's awful. She did
I,
that. It was gross.
I've got I make ice cream all the time. I've got a machine. I just um it's more the Kilts method. I got one of those machines. I was at Dr. Kilts had a meetup at his house a while back, and
It,
we were down there, and he had the machine. So I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good, and I ended up buying one of
the
the
Ninja
machines.
Creamy. I love it. Love
Oh,
it.
no, it's like an no, it's not Ninja Creamy. It's an ice
Okay.
cream machine. It's got like a big tin bowl, and it's
You got to
churned.
put it in the freezer. Yeah.
No, no, no. You don't put it in the freezer. It has its own. You plug it in, and it has its own freezer built into it. It's yeah.
Interesting.
I could never get one. I could never remember to do that. Nope. You just pour it right in out of the cream in there. I do 4 eggs with a whole pint of cream. I guess it's a pint. And I actually put in some monk fruit extract and allulose, and I use a scoop of butter powder, and
Mhm.
it makes it a little creamier and has a little different flavor to it.
Yeah. Somebody just rang our doorbell. I have
You
no
can't get
idea.
enough.
Huh, somebody's got food. It's not ours.
Oh,
I have a ring camera at the front door.
yeah.
My husband's out there, but
Yeah, that was me. I
yeah,
ordered pizza. I'm on my way over. I'm kidding.
yeah,
That's not true.
it's food that we don't order. So Sandy has a good point here. I wish Kip wouldn't have surgery. I
Yeah,
have tried.
I haven't talked to him in forever. Kip was one of the very, very first people that I ever saw online when I first got into the space, and I just thought he was the coolest guy. He was funny. Um,
Yes, and he's struggling. He's
yeah,
really
man.
struggling. And I did reach out to him, Sandy, and ask him to go back and watch my story about my surgery. And you know, it's really it is such a life altering thing to do because
Yeah,
it's a very invasive surgery. It's not reversible that I know of. I know somebody in the space said he had his reversed a couple years ago. When I talked to my doctor, not that I would want to undergo any more surgeries to have it done, she said there are very few, if any, doctors that would ever touch that because it's what they do when they do a gastric bypass. They cut off part of your stomach, they staple it, they have to reroute your intestines because they're moving everything around. It is so invasive. And all the problems that people have had that I've talked to that have had the surgery, everybody wishes they had never done it. And I have talked to Kip, and I'm like, if you got to do something, have something that's reversible, like a lap band or something like that. Don't
well,
go the
here's
extreme route.
I mean, I don't know why he's doing it, but I'm like, stay fat. I mean, it's like that's an option too. I mean, it's like, I've been a fat guy my whole life. And, yes, I'm losing some weight and I'm getting healthier and getting better. But I'm just like, why isn't that an option? When you look at now, if you have a compelling health reason, maybe he does. I don't know the answer to that. I'm
That's
just
what I was
saying,
going to say.
but maybe he does. And again, I don't judge anybody. But for
Mhm.
me, for instance, it's like, dude, I don't want to be super thin enough to go under the knife. I'm being fat ain't that bad. Not to me. Now, if I had some disease or something where I had to do it, yes, I'm all about it. But I'd rather just continue to have my struggles and my fights and my ups and downs and just keep
Mhm.
grinding and keep getting. I would rather do that than going out. That's just my, you know, it's my opinion. I'm not judging anybody. Uh, I don't know.
Right. That's where my head was, unless there's a medical reason. But even then, I would never suggest the the mutilation that gastric
Yeah,
bypass does because
yeah,
it's terrible. It's
yeah. I mean, I would. I mean, I don't know. I would take the drugs before I do the surgery. Personally, I don't want to do either one. Although I have considered the microdosing. But I'm like, I'm just not there yet. I'm gonna keep fighting the good fight, and you know, unless again I
as
had a
long as
compelling,
there's no health issues,
yeah,
you know, do what you're
yeah,
doing
yeah. I don't
because
judge
your
anybody.
numbers are good.
I know lots of people who've taken the GLPs with the microdosing, or and not the microdosing. I don't judge anybody. I don't walk a mile in anybody else's shoes.
No,
Um, so yeah, but I'm like, but just I share my opinion. I'm the world's foremost expert on my opinion.
right, absolutely. Oops. Amy says to Evelyn, I like sardines, I like keto chow, I like sardine keto chow. And then Evelyn says, you sound like a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah,
Having nicotine is worse to quit than cocaine. Coconut? I know it,
man,
experience it.
we've talked a lot about cocaine tonight on this channel. I don't know what
I
kind of
know.
we got
It's probably
we
going to be
got a
bad for
very
me.
bad Memphis we have in here, man. But we've been talking about cocaine for an hour and a half.
Woo.
A
So
bunch of
Amy says,
things we
I
got to.
love Dr. Seuss. We share the same birthdays, and so does Guinea Pig, who is my husband. March 2nd. It was also my mother's birthday. So there's that. We love you, Russ.
Yes,
Yep.
I love you back, sis. I love
Reese.
you back.
And Jerry says, I am fully dressed, smarty pants.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not time for Jerry after dark. No. And Evelyn says, you have a beautiful voice. And he
Thank,
does.
thank you.
Absolutely does. I have a window open. All the jets are flying over for the Notre Dame and USC game this weekend.
There you go.
People fly their private jets in for home games. I bet. The only way to travel. Sandy said her night is complete now. Thanks, Russ.
There you go.
I
You know what
love
to
that
do.
song. It's like, and like I said, that was my mom's favorite. They have karaoke this year, so Russ and I can sing at KPL. It's more fun than that stupid name that tune crap.
What have I ever done or said to make you think I would sing a song with you, lady? That's all I just. I'd like to if you could answer that question for me. What indication did I ever give you that I'm kidding? Jokes.
There's his channel, Karen.
Homesick
Karen asked
Buckeye.
for your channel,
Homesick.
Homesick Buckeye.
Okay, Karen, how could you not have my channel? You just told on yourself. You should have asked privately for the channel, Karen. See, now you told me you love me, and I can see, like my ex-wife, you are a liar. It's like I can see.
Poor
Okay,
Karen.
yes, that's right. I love you, Russ. What's his channel again? It's like, yeah, it's my favorite person in the whole world. What's his name again? What's his name? And then she asked it in public. You could have sent a private message, a text to somebody, send me his channel. And then you could have said, oh, I subscribe to your channel. I just love your channel, Russ. But no, you're gonna ask in the book, what's his channel? You don't love me. I don't feel the love, Karen. I don't you're gonna have to listen, you're gonna next time you see me, you're gonna have to pay the hug toll. I'm just telling you. Listen, you're
There
gonna
you go. Sherry says, I will never be all carnivore. My 80-20 is perfect for me. Yep. And
listen,
that's
I hear you loud and
20%
clear, but
carnivore.
I would listen. I'm going to push back just a little bit, lovingly. This is love, lovingly. All I care about is your blood work. I don't care what you eat. You don't have to eat anything. What does your blood work say? Because your health is not on the scale. Your health is not in the mirror. You might look good, you might feel good, but your blood work says that your blood is jello. That's where your health is. And you may be great. I'm sure that you are. But that's what matters. And that's what I stress to people. Don't go by how you feel and how you look and all that and how you fit in your clothes. That's important, but your blood is everything. There are people who are working out, dropping dead in gyms all over the country because their blood is not good. And they're fit and buff, and everybody thinks, oh man, it just shocks everybody. Oh my gosh, can you believe that Frank died? He works out and all that. Yes, but his fasting insulin was 25. He was pre-diabetic, and his liver numbers were 29 and 36. And and nobody can figure out why he passed away when his blood tells the tale. So
Yeah.
get your blood work
It's the
checked, beloved.
Oh, I'm
And
sure she has. I'm sure
no,
she does.
I'm sorry, I don't really know her that well, and I'm just, and it's love.
She's
It's lovingly, lovingly. I don't
she's
wanna.
great.
Yes,
She's really great.
yes, I don't judge. I
Terry
don't.
says, I'm playing solitaire while listening. Love cards. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
too. I used to play solitaire all the time. I have to run everyone. The PhD class is starting soon.
yeah.
Have fun with that.
Okay, Amy. Good to see you, sis. Glad you were here with us.
Yep. I've been making creamies with half cream cheese and half butter for the fats. Makes every one of them taste like cheesecake.
Yes, I have. I went down a powder rabbit hole a while back, and I have some cream cheese powder, some sour cream powder, some butter powder, all these different powders.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna figure out. I make a waffle bread that I don't cook, and I hate cooking. I hate the whole kitchen area. But I make it's got just four ingredients. It's got a little bit of some coconut flour, eggs, cream, and either butter powder or coconut oil powder. And you mix it up, put it in the waffle maker, and it makes a wonderful bready, like, a waffly kind of thing. I make breakfast sandwiches with it and all that. And somebody who really knows how to cook and I think can really do something with it. I've never seen that recipe anywhere before. And it really turns out very well. And I'm sure if you can make it, put it in a waffle maker, you could bake it or you could do other
Right.
things with it. But anyway,
Coconut. Say this stuff again. Coconut flour.
it's coconut flour. What I do, I have a four. I don't have the little single
Yep.
waffle maker. I have the four one, and so it's 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. I don't know exactly how much coconut oil powder I use or butter powder, and heavy cream just to thin it out enough to pour it in the waffle maker. I could probably measure it. I would say it doesn't have any carbs at all. It's just coconut oil powder, and the butter powder is the same way. It's just powdered
Hmm.
butter. But I would say it's probably 5 or 6 tablespoons, whatever that equals to, something close to that. But anyway, and you whisk it up and you pour it in the waffle maker, and I don't put any baking powder or anything. The eggs and the flour and the fat work together, I guess, and make a nice fluffy waffle. And I slather with mayonnaise and eggs and whatever, and make breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, cold cuts, whatever.
Yep.
I won't go down the rabbit hole how I came across the recipe, but I've been all over the internet. I started with chaffles. I didn't really like them, too crunchy and crispy. All the other bread recipes were too much. I have a rule. I don't all my appliances only heat up. I don't have any appliances that don't heat up. So any kind of mixer or stand mixer or any of that stuff, no thank you. It don't work for me. If I can't hand whisk it, I don't have it. So, but long story short, after about 6 months of tinkering, I found this recipe. It is wonderful. And somebody that really knows how to cook and enjoys that, I think could really do some things with it because I've never seen it anywhere else before, and it is really
Well,
good.
I ain't gonna say I know how to cook, but I will try
Yeah, and
these.
I
I will try
yeah,
them.
yeah, it's wonderful. You will not be disappointed. You can toast it, it keeps well.
Yep.
You can slather butter on it hot off of the you can sweeten it up if you want to and make it kind of like a pastry kind of thing. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but
Yep.
I keep saying I'm gonna
Fry,
make a video on it, but I never have.
Well, just do it. Just do it.
I know.
Brian
Um,
says, "Stay awake, Amy. You don't have Dustin, your study partner, today." And he's skipping class. That's like bad. Deb said she's right. If Kip isn't in the
yeah,
right headspace, he will just gain it all back in time. I
yeah,
had lost 90 pounds after my surgery.
yeah,
I never got under 200 because I was almost at 300 pounds. And over the period of time, by eating the majority of what they said to eat after surgery is like all the whole grain pastas and whole grain breads and the sweet potatoes and the brown rice and all the things. I did all that. Over a period of years up till 2020, I was back to almost 300 pounds. Eating the way they did. I got rid of the white potatoes. I didn't don't like sweet potatoes, so I didn't eat those. But the brown rice, the whole grain pastas, all that stuff I did. But yeah, if you don't change the way you're eating, I have
yeah.
a family member that's getting ready to go
I could
through
never,
this too,
I
and
could
it's
never
making me
say,
crazy.
I could never say never, but I can't see myself ever going back to my old life. I mean, here and there, you dibble and dabble, but for me anyway, I just know too much. I
Yep.
could never go back to that old life. I just never could. But you never say never. Anything's possible, I suppose. But yeah, here and there I dibble and dabble. But my old life, literally, where I was eating 500-600 carbs a day on average, I just could never. I can't see it unless
Mhm.
I had to be kidnapped or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Terry's got in a situation like Kip, I would say try the Ozempic. At least you
yeah,
can quit that and go back to normal for the most part. Getting your innards all cut up just seems so wrong and permanent. And it is.
yeah.
It's like, when I did it, like I said, there's heart disease in my family. My brother died at the age of 49. My dad was 56.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My mom was 74. She had just turned 74. I have her brother died at the age of 50 of a heart attack. Diabetes type 2 was in my family. I mean, so much. High blood pressure, which I battled as a teenager up until I started keto. So 50 years on blood pressure medications. And to be able to get off of that was like,
Yeah,
yes, that
yeah,
was huge.
yeah.
I, it was bad, but that is tough. And Evelyn, yes, learn to love yourself at the size you're at now. Because if you
Hmm.
don't, you're not going to love yourself any other time.
There's no doubt about that. There's plenty of wonderful, fit, thin people who hate themselves.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, B says I was 2 days before gastric bypass to call it off. Best decision I ever did. Like Russ said, being fat is also an option. You can be healthy too. Yep. There are a lot of healthy, overweight people. And
Yeah,
just
I
because
mean,
they're overweight, they're so
people
judged by what they look like, and it's not fair. It's like, it's
I mean,
really not fair.
it's the world we live in. I mean, the medical establishment blames obesity for so many things, but we know if you listen to our ketogenic docs, they'll tell you being overweight in and of itself is not the cause of anything other than physical, joints or joint pain or things like that. There's no chronic disease that's caused by obesity. Obesity is a symptom of the same thing which causes all of the chronic diseases, which is high blood sugar and high insulin levels. So, you know, um, being overweight doesn't cause diabetes. High blood sugar and high insulin levels are what causes that, and that's caused by diet. So, same way with high blood pressure and all the things that people struggle with, it all goes back to the same thing. So, yeah.
Mhm.
But again,
And yeah, I do remember that this is
I'm
Kip.
not, I'm not saying it's, I'm only saying as a, compared to surgery, but he should still just don't give up, keep fighting.
Right.
It's,
Well, this is what Sandy's saying. He did mention in his video that the Ozempic he was really way expensive. He couldn't afford
yeah,
it. It was way too much.
yeah.
Let's face it. Surgeons will do surgery without a problem,
Oh, yeah.
and they'll
Yeah.
get insurance to cover it. But things like the Ozempic and stuff,
Yeah.
They're not going to.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Sounds
people that
weird,
gain.
Cindy.
The other thing too that we didn't talk about, although I think somebody may have mentioned it in the chat, you can still gain the weight back after your surgery. I know a
Absolutely.
lot
I
of people that
did.
had surgery. Yeah,
I did,
yeah,
and many others
yeah.
along with me have too.
Maybe I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's great. Yeah, Debbie had said that because if he's not in the right mind space, she said, he will just
Yeah,
put that weight back on.
yeah,
If he doesn't change the way he eats, which
yeah,
it's 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 a no-brainer, don't do it because if you can't stick, like he said, he wants to do that plus carnivore. And if
yeah,
he does that, just stick to carnivore. Don't do the surgery then go to carnivore. He's having a hard time sticking to carnivore anyway.
yeah,
Or go to keto if you can't focus and stay on carnivore. Go on keto, and just give yourself time and give yourself a little grace
yeah,
because the surgery is just a bad idea.
yeah. I
Debbie
agree.
said, "Don't talk bad about Name That Tune."
That's exactly right. I will have you know that Deb, I was on the winning team with Deb and everybody else, although I contributed nothing to it. Zero, zippo, nada. I had nothing to do with our winning, but I was on the team. It's true.
And here Karen says, "I'm not ashamed, Russ. I love you, but I haven't gotten any notifications, so I'm assuming I'm not subscribed."
Well, I don't know. Listen, I'll know when I see if I feel the love or not. That's all I have to say. I have to think about it.
And Holly is here, but late. But it's
Oh,
okay. You're here. Just got home from a day at the beach. Well, goodness sakes, that sounds nice. My blood work is great, so doing something right. I'm
that's right.
69, have never taken any meds. I'm
Love it.
pretty fit for an old lady. I
I
run around
love
with two
it.
very active doggies that keep me
That's
young.
that well then
Yep,
that's all you need to know. And I saw
yep.
some things in the chat. I saw lambs, love lambs. I would respectfully disagree with that. Your blood is your life. There is no life without blood. And we know what the number one cause of heart attack and stroke is, right? It's diabetes. How would you know you're diabetic? Blood work. We know if you listen to Dr. Georgia Ede or Chris Palmer that people that have low cholesterol have, are more likely to have mental health issues, bipolar, schizophrenia, those issues. How do you know if your cholesterol is low? Blood work. You could have cancer right now and have no idea. How would you know? They check your blood. So I just respectfully disagree with that. Your blood is your life. But there is no
Mhm.
life without blood. Drain all your blood out of you. Your carnivore diet, no good.
Yep. So there's that one. John is here, who was playing around with names on Jerry's live stream the other night, messing with my head as I was trying to stay awake for it. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Emotional eaters are not cured
yeah,
by gastric bypass. Usually, you have to see a psychiatrist and prove you're mentally ready for the surgery. Exactly, because I had to. I had to go
yeah,
through a psych evaluation, so
yeah,
many things.
yeah.
I think I snuck one by him. So,
Yeah, I don't know much about the other thing I would say about that. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I don't know much about his history and stuff, but I think people who have been big their whole lives have a little different look at it versus people who maybe were a healthy weight their whole lives and then got heavy, I just think you look at it differently and deal with it differently. I could be that could be a totally different. I know
it's
people
rough.
like me who've been literally big since they were 6 or 7 years old. I don't look at it as being a big thing because I've always been that. You know what I mean? I've never been anything else. But if I was, fit and all that kind of stuff into my 30s or 40s and then gained a bunch of weight, I could see how that might be traumatic to people because they weren't always that way. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yep. I was overweight, not a lot, not real bad when I was a teenager, but
Yeah.
after I had my kids and, life just happened and I put on weight like crazy.
Yeah.
But I still felt when I was in high school, I felt that I was too much overweight, seeing all the little skinny girls that I went to school with
Yeah.
and wishing I looked like that. And it was like, ugh. So there's that goes on in your head that
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dang, they must have a better life than I do. That's what went on in my head. And it was tough.
Yeah.
Oh, John says he's 5 days, 1 hour into a 20-day fast. Well, good luck with that. I've done a 3 day is the most I've done. And that's impressive. 20 days. It's like Jerry's 40-day fast.
Yeah.
Simpson, Cindy, Cynthia. Hi, Cindy and
Mm.
Russ. It's a crock of crap. I have two friends that are both fat again after the surgery, and they would eat and have to barf it out all the time. It's not healthy. Most of the time when that happened to me, it was because I tried to eat too fast.
Yeah.
If I and I still, if I eat something too fast, I get full real fast, and one more bite, it's just going to come up.
Yeah.
And this is 18 years after the fact. So, hello, Cindy. Exactly, lambs. Running Tap 12 is here. Howdy, Cindy and Russ. Been listening whilst packing for a move to the country. Well, enjoy that. What part of the
Mm.
country are you going to? Getting your blood checked at least once a year is a good thing as it builds a history. They do blood work on me every 6 months, and everything I ask my doctor to do, she will draw. She will make sure it's drawn. The
That's great.
fasting
My Dr.
insulin, the
T.
C peptide, everything. Everything I ask her, I just love her. She will have it pulled. I don't think the GLP-1s like Ozempic is a good thing. The body already makes GLP-1. Too much of anything will make you resistant over time. Just my thoughts. I don't know
Yeah,
enough about them except that I would never do it.
you know,
You know.
I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, for some people, it may be a bridge to help them get to a place where they can get better. I know that doctors like Annette Bosworth and Kiltz have changed their opinion on microdosing.
Mhm.
Um, so listen, I'm in favor of whatever helps people. And if that microdosing helps you, the other thing too is the way I understand it, most standard American doctors, when they give you this drug, they tell you the same thing that they tell diabetics: eat what you want, just who cares, just take the pills, blah 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 blah. They don't tell you to change your life in any way. It's just take this pill, it's magic. As opposed to the keto docs who say, okay, look, take this pill, but change your diet too.
Mhm.
And you have to change the way you eat. And we're going to give you this for 6 months, a year, whatever we need to, as a bridge to get you over and across to a better place. But I'm not going to give this to you for the rest of your life, and I'm not going to up your doses every 6 weeks. You got X number of time to get it together. And I
Mhm.
think that's just, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I would be leery. Everything that we've heard is that once you start it, you're on it for life, and it's like, I don't no, I don't want to do that. There's no.
No, I understand. I get
Yeah,
it. I'm
Mandy
in that camp.
Mandy Beddoes. I'm 5 foot, 105 pounds. Any carb spikes to 140s from 75. No fat cells left with illness. You, Russ, be healthier than me. That
Yeah.
it's a lot. That's true, Russ. Skinny carnivores don't know the struggle that obese carnivores have been through.
Yeah.
Skinny people in general don't know the struggles of overweight people.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our
It, it's
struggles,
uh,
you know.
it's rough. It can be
Yeah.
rough sometimes. The only reason for people to draw blood is symptoms normally. No need for it if you're on a healthy diet and on top of your health, my opinion.
Listen,
I get that, but it's for peace of mind. I'm
listen.
67 years old, and with all my family history of early death, uh,
Well,
I
I
kind of
would
want to
just
know. I want to see it in writing.
listen. People have to do what they think is best. And it's again, just people are different. Would you rather have a guardrail at the top of the cliff or an ambulance waiting at the bottom? That's my question. Some of us would rather have a guardrail at the top. Some people will just take their chances with the ambulance at the bottom. And that's fine. That's what makes the world go round. No judgment here. No, it's all love. All love.
And Mandy said that's carnivore only. Food simple, plain Greek yogurt or double cream.
I don't need a lot of dairy. Butter, sour cream, heavy cream. That's really it. I don't really like cheese very much. I can take it or leave it. I like cheese with things. I like macaroni and cheese, but like just cheese, like cheese on sandwiches, no,
I like cheese in general.
not
John
my
says,
thing.
Evelyn, this is my fourth 20-day fast this year. Starting weight in May was 257, now 195, expecting to hit 185 on this fast. I'm waiting for you, John, to come on here and tell your story because he keeps throwing little quips out of it, little beats of his story in different chats. And
Well,
he
listen,
said in April, he said
some
in April, once he's been at this for a year, he's coming on. So I'm waiting,
some people don't like to talk about themselves, including me.
but you did it.
I have no desire to talk. Listen, I'm a man of the people. If you want to hear me talk about myself, I
That's
will do it.
right.
It's not something I would volunteer, but that's you
See,
wanted it, you got it. I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Toyota. GLP-1 is better than doing a final surgery. At least there is some control. Yeah. Anything's better than doing that surgery. Anything.
Yeah.
What is a typical day of food for you, Russ?
Um, Generally, I eat twice a day. Well, when I'm eating like I want to eat, my typical routine is I get up in the morning, I have coffee, and then a few hours later, I'll have my first meal, which is typically scrambled eggs and something. And then my second meal is whatever type of fat and protein. It could be seafood, steak, whatever. Um, that's a typical day for me. Ground beef, just whatever. That's a typical day when I'm doing what I should be doing. On those days when I'm not doing what I should be doing, it could be anything. I'm just being honest. It could be anything
Uh-huh.
from keto to Edo. That's Edovore. That was what I was on before I
Eat it
started
more.
into this. I was on the Edovore diet. So yeah, and if my family's around or things like that. So that's my biggest thing is just being consistent because I'll eat that way for 5, 6, 7 days, and then somebody drops by with a pizza, and then I'll have a slice of that or something. And again, I don't go crazy. It's not like I go on binges and things like that, but it's enough that it keeps me from progressing. And I will say this too, which I always say to people, and I will get over the hump. I will do it. You can ask my dad. I'm a knucklehead. I always do things it takes me the long route. I never do it the easy way. I have to hit every bump in the road. But, I haven't gained any weight back, but I haven't lost any more. It's like I'm in a holding pattern. I'm eating I'm eating bad enough that I'm not losing any weight, but not so bad that I'm gaining a bunch of weight. I'm kind of in that. So I just got to knuckle down and, just get stronger, get better. And I'm also not very active. I did my 23, I did my ancestry. I'm 75% couch potato, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 75% couch potato, 20% funny and 5% handsome. So that's what
So
came back.
funny.
I'm a handsome, funny
You,
couch potato. So
you are too funny.
yeah, so I make my living, sitting down at my desk. And so I'm not very, very active. I need to be more active and I need to be more consistent. like I said, I used to have good days and bad days. Now I have good weeks and bad days. But as
Mhm.
anybody who's doing this, will tell you, you got to be consistent. You got to do it for long periods. You got to. So just say a prayer for me. That's what I can just say is send me good energy, send me good thoughts. You know,
You got this, dude. You know what you got to do. That's
listen,
it.
I'm in the slow lane. We've all been on the freeway, and there's some goofy old person in the slow lane going 45 on the freeway. That's me. I'm on the keto highway going 45 on a moped. In the slow lane, and then you
You're
give
gonna
them
you're
all
gonna get
the.
pulled over, dude. That's what you're gonna
I
get.
mean, I'm going too slow on the keto highway. Yes, and if you catch
Right,
me,
you're gonna get pulled over for going too
yeah,
slow.
yeah.
Simpson, he had talked some about his story at the beginning, so you're gonna have to watch the replay.
Yes, and I on my channel, if you go all the way back to the beginning of my channel, for those who want to torture yourselves with hours of me, I did a many part series about my entire life, my life story. And I just I felt like I should do that at the beginning, just to
There's
talk about
probably
who
more,
I am
a
and what.
lot more in depth than what you did here. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot more in depth because again, I felt I should give some foundation, and I didn't want to just come on and say, "Hey, I'm give people if they care to know. Maybe they don't care to know, but if they care to know about me, that
mm,
they can, watch that or whatever. But mostly, I really am here for entertainment, folks. That's
yeah, and you did it.
really what
Terry Sue said "eativore." That's too funny.
yeah. I'm a naturally silly guy. I've been silly. Been silly my whole life. You can ask every teacher that I ever had. You can ask my dad. He'll tell you I never took anything seriously. And I mean, it's just that's who I am. It's what I am. I'm a naturally silly guy. I like to laugh, and I like to make other people laugh. That's the biggest thing for me. I love to see people I care about happy and smiling, and that's the best thing you could ever say to me is, "You crack me up, man." That's the best compliment you could ever give
You
me.
do. You are so funny, and you're so nice and so welcoming.
Well,
It,
thank you.
it was great. To finally meet you at the different events. It was awesome. Harrison, my husband didn't believe people could fast for 40 days. Jerry, every year she does a 40-day fast. Every year.
Listen, I have begun a night fasting program. Some people call it sleep. But I do not eat. It's when I sleep, I refuse. I will not do it. And I'm going on 143 days. I've been doing my night fasting program. So yeah, there you go.
You're funny. Brian, I thought it was either keto or ketovore or the old way, seafood, and I eat it.
Yeah, listen, I struggle
That's
in
the
periods.
seafood diet. Yep.
Yeah, I struggle in periods. It's not an overall struggle. It's just in phases. So again, I'm 10 times better than I used to be. I say it all the time. I'm not the man I want to be, but I'm not the man I used to be.
Yep. That's important that you know that. It's important to keep that in your head. Terry said 40 days of no food would sure save a lot of money. You ain't lying. The top weight, says John, was 367. But you're doing amazing. And Lamb says we're being scared to draw us into the hospitals testing over and over. And apparently it works, even for the ones that have learned about the causes of disease, it seems.
I don't go
I
to a
don't go in
hospital.
any hospitals for testing unless I
Yeah,
have to. And
I
that
have
that was I just had an ultrasound of my stomach, or
yeah.
actually a complete abdominal ultrasound,
Shout
which
out
they
to
looked
Dave Feldman.
everything over.
Yeah, shout out to Dave Feldman. Those that know him, he's a very nice guy. He owns a company called ownyourlabs.com. You can
Mhm.
go on there, order whatever blood tests you want, walk right in the lab, Corey. You don't need a doctor. I actually pay a nurse to come to my house and draw it at my kitchen table and take it to LabCorp for me because I'm just working and busy, and it's a lot easier than going into LabCorp and standing around.
Mhm.
And so that's how I choose to do it. And hey, like I said, that's what I choose to do. If people don't want to do that, God bless them. I wish them nothing but the best. We all make our health choices.
Now, Slacker Rick just got here. Why did I not get the notification for this? Are you subscribed with the bell on?
Well, that no, I can answer that. I blocked it. I called YouTube and I said, please don't notify Rick. I made a special request. Google headquarters. I said a certified letter, and I said if you notify him, you will. Yes, the next letter you get will be from my attorneys. So I don't know how you got here, Rick, but you're not welcome here, and get lost. Thank you.
And he is in on your channel. See there?
That's my man. That's my guy. Everybody knows me and Rick are brothers there. That's my main man. He's out there
Yeah.
doing what he's doing in the Miami swamps, and
Yeah.
we're glad he's here.
Terry says, sounds like you're on the right train, John. He thinks going over 30 hours is crazy. Yeah, that 40 days is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get me getting blood tests unless I 100% had to.
Listen, it's just fun.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
This is the way that life is. My dad, you know, was the kind of guy who wouldn't get a tire changed until the tire blew out. That's just how he was. It's like, oh, it's still got air, it's still holding air. I mean, and it's like, I know guys that run out of gas in their cars and they're like, oh, I thought I could make it another. When it gets to a quarter tank, I'm filling it up. I'm not going all the way down to empty. When my tire treads get to a certain level, I'm not going to wait until the tire blows out to replace the
Prevention
tire.
is key.
Yeah,
Prevention is key.
but everybody's different. Some people
Yep.
want to get the checkups, and then some people say, "Hey, well, I'll go to the doctor when the ambulance takes me." Okay, it's cool. Not a problem for me.
Sherry said, my off plan yesterday was the first time I did that in over a year. I'm pretty disciplined even when I go out. I can always find something that fits in my plan, usually. Yep.
Yeah, listen, I have to say that's true. Look, when I go out places and stuff, yes, you're 100% right. I can make better choices. I definitely can. I don't in many cases, but I could. Yes, no excuses.
Erin, that's not good. She said, I know I can't fast long because I faint.
Yeah,
And Rick
starving
says
yourself.
that was strange.
Mhm.
As Terry said, that's why you're friends with our head quacker Russ.
Mhm.
Russ is the only one with the courage to see me in person so far.
Oh, it didn't take much courage.
Well, you both live in Florida. Come on.
He lives in Miami. I live in Jacksonville. It's about as
Yeah,
far.
that to me that don't mean a thing.
He's 350 miles south of me.
That's not a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you hitch up the wagons and head on down there.
And Mandy
Oh,
says you are well loved, Russ.
well, thank you, beloved. I appreciate
We're gonna wrap this up
it.
here soon. Night fasting, and some people call it sleep. Perfect answer. Yeah. Yes, love Russ. I would if I lived closer, Rick. You don't scare me. Australia is a bit too far. Yeah. There's another one from Australia. That's awesome. Josephine is also from Australia. She was in here. Sleep faster. Love it.
That's right. I have my own fasting program. I have not gotten to the place yet in my path where I can intentionally starve myself, folks. I haven't got there yet. I think sometime I'll get there in the future with you guys. But yeah, I gotta eat. That's the quickest way for me to derail is being hungry. That
Mm.
yeah. If I get hungry, man, I gotta eat, or it's gonna be a problem.
Yep, Rick, we heard about this earlier. Somebody mentioned that you caught an iguana on
Yeah, I'm
video.
gonna have to catch that. I'm gonna have to tune into that.
Yep. Rick are thick as thieves. Rick, you have some iguana stuck in your teeth. I fill my tank every time I drive. Oh, dang. They will always find something in the blood works, and they've got you hooked, even when you're perfectly fine. Cholesterol is a good example. What'd you say if they prescribe statins to you? You say no.
Okay, listen, maybe English isn't his first language. I guess it's a him. I'm kidding. I know English is his first language. Okay, I don't know who they is. I just explained to you. I get my blood work checked. The results come to me. I don't have a doctor or use a doctor to get it. And I look at my own results and make my own decisions. And if I choose to have a doctor look at it, it will be Dr. Nelson Vasquez or Dr. Tony Hampton or Dr. Ken Berry or any one of our other great keto docs that we know and love. And they answer me. And if they ask me to take statins, I would say, that's a negative ghostwriter because
And
I
I,
know and understand things because I'm in the community and that sort of thing. But I
yeah,
want to know
let
what
me
I'm against. And yeah, go ahead.
let me touch on this. I changed doctors here, probably a year after we moved here because our doctor quit taking my insurance, my Medicare, and the doctors that I have now, she did blood work. She had the office call me. They said, "Well, your total cholesterol is a little elevated. Your LDL is elevated." And I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah,
I said, "What are the triglycerides and the HDL? Because those are the only two I'm concerned about." They have not called me since. They have never asked me to take a statin.
yeah,
But I had gone to a cardiologist, and I've talked about this frequently, um, a while ago because I have spells of tachycardia.
yeah,
Sometimes they can get really bad. So I've gone to a cardiologist, and the one that I started going to, without even mentioning the lipid panel, no comments about it at all. He said, "I think you should take a statin." I said, "No." And now back up a little bit. When I went in there, I told the nurse, because you're a new patient there, they get all the info. I told him I was on a statin years ago and I couldn't do this without having pain in my arm. And I quit taking it. She
yeah,
said, "Well, I'm noting your chart allergic to statins, right?"
yeah.
So in walks the cardiologist and he says, "I think you should take a statin." I said, "Did you not read my chart that your nurse just put in there?" "Yeah, I read it." He said, "You can't deal with a little pain?"
Oh,
And I'm
what?
like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Yeah,
uh,
I'd be like, hey, listen.
no
I'd be like, hey,
and
I
no.
would be like, yes, hey, yes, I can. Can you deal with a little pain? And I'd have punched him right in the nose.
Exactly. Well, I don't go to him anymore.
Yeah,
And the one I see now, he's very thorough.
yeah,
He's done a 2 week heart monitor. He did an echocardiogram, and everything was good. You know, I have a very very high CAC score, extremely crazy high, like in the 6,000 range.
mm,
And so it's important for me to have all this information and keep up with
yeah,
it and everything.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Listen, I mean, do what you
it's
feel is best for you.
yeah. So
Some people
so
don't.
yeah.
Some
I
people
mean,
don't.
but
Some people don't want to know.
I have no problem standing up for myself and telling him
Yeah,
absolutely not. I will not take a statin.
yeah,
My new cardiologist, I told him the whole story. I said, "Don't even ask me because I'm gonna tell you right now the answer is gonna be no." He said, "Can I
yeah,
get you to take a low dose beta blocker?"
yeah. I know they
And
just
I'm
said,
like,
yeah,
considering my CAC score, I said, "I will try very, very low dose." Well, it's supposed to prevent tachycardia. It caused palpitations, and I didn't take another one. And I called the office. I said, "I can't take this." And
yeah,
that was it. Haven't heard from him since. I go back in 2 years for another echo. So good.
yeah,
But they
yeah,
listen. If you have a good doctor, they will listen and they'll
yeah,
take
yeah,
what you're saying to them. And
yeah.
it's good. So
I
I
tell
don't have a
people.
problem standing up for myself with the doctors.
Yeah, I tell people that I tell my dad that, he likes his doctor, but his doctor doesn't agree with ketogenic docs.
Hmm.
And so my dad goes and does his thing and he doesn't listen to him, and they've been trying to get him on statins and all kind of other things. And he just politely says, no, not going to do it. and they always trying to bargain with them. They started with, I don't know, 50 milligrams, and now they're down to 10, and they're like, okay, well, you just take 10. And, I told them, I said, Dad, you know, it's a, uh, uh, a money grab, man. So it's,
Yeah,
it's like an annuity, man. You're going to take this the rest of your life, and no, it's not going to. At 85 years old, it's not going to do any good for you. Just eat right.
got it.
He's in good shape. And
This year,
he didn't, but he does eat very ketogenic now. A few years ago he didn't, and he had a few health things. He's changed his diet, and he feels much better now and is doing better. So
that's got to make you feel good because
absolutely,
you're the influence there.
absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I told him straight up, I'm like, look, man, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And fortunately, he listened to me and tried it and felt better. And thanks to Dr. Nelson too. Dr. Nelson talked with him
Mhm.
and answer some of his questions and some different things. And so yeah, he's doing good. He's doing
Yeah.
good.
And Terry says they tried to put my husband on a statin a couple days ago. The doctor said she had to order it, but he could turn it down at the pharmacy. Isn't that some corrupt BS? Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I've never had a doctor tell me they have to prescribe it.
And it's
I,
crazy. Like I said,
it is.
this is a business.
Mhm.
People don't understand. Healthcare is a business. And statins raise your blood sugar, and they have many other side effects as well. And again, it's a money grab. Shout out to Dr. Barry and Anita Tykos. If you guys haven't seen that video where she's talking about working behind the scenes with the Make America Healthy Again and trying to change the food guidelines.
I
She
actually
talks about
shared that on my Facebook
yeah,
support
he
page
talks
too.
about the corruption in the system. There's so much money at work to keep us sick and to keep us, it's billions of dollars at stake. And it's up to us in the grassroots to take control of our health, whatever
Mhm.
that means to you, whether that's, you know, choosing your doctors differently, eating differently, checking your blood work, whatever the case may be, whatever it is to you, take control of your health, learn, grow, find a community, and use the doctors to where you need them. There are times when you do need a doctor and you need to go to the hospital or whatever. There are people that have serious illnesses, but
Mhm.
still, even if you have a serious illness, take it into your own hands. Don't just believe everything. I have so many friends and relatives who literally believe everything the doctor says. He could tell them to put their left foot in and shake it all about, and they'll do it. I'm serious. It's like, yeah, well, this is
Oh,
what you got to
trust
do.
me,
Yeah, do
I
the
have a
hokey
son like
pokey and
that.
yeah, do the hokey pokey and take this pill, and you okay, and they'll be doing the hokey pokey, put them left hand and shaking it. It's just the craziest thing. Not getting better, getting worse, but still doing
Yep,
it. And it's just that's how some people are. And
yep,
God bless them. I don't want to be one of those people. I listen to
yep.
doctors. I have doctors that I trust and like. I get their advice and make my choices. And that's what I tell people they should do as well.
I do a lot of research before
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I am. I swear, my husband's doctors hate to see me coming in with him
Yeah.
because if he doesn't speak up, I'm going to,
That's right.
and I don't care. It's like whatever.
The good docs
Surprised that
don't
Dr.
care.
Westman is good too. Yeah.
The good docs don't care, but you got some people who are very arrogant, who look at people as being dumb because they didn't go to 15 years of school to learn nothing about nutrition, and they just look at you as, okay, I'm the expert here. Do what I say, and I don't want to hear what you have to say because you don't have the credentials I have. Well, I hate to say it, but I feel like I know more about metabolic health than most doctors.
Mhm.
I think I do.
That's
Um,
because you care more about yourself than the doctors do.
I
You
don't
know,
think I know more about overall doctoring and overall. I couldn't
right?
do surgery on anybody, but in this specific area, I think I do know more than most doctors about it. And I hope that changes. I want that to change. And I think it will change over time. It'll change eventually. Things just move very slowly. We're
I've
changing
been I've been very fortunate. Both my doctor in New Hampshire and the one I have now, they've both been very supportive of what I do, and
Yeah,
they listen, they take time with me, and they care. And that's it's really hard to find, and
yeah,
I'm so glad I did.
yeah, yeah.
Terry says, I'm excited for Rick's show tomorrow, and hopefully he shows the lizard capture. It was a fun white knuckler. It's like
Um,
watching cops chase a tweaker, Rick. I was in
um,
Tashard. I think that's what that said. I don't know.
mhm.
I have chased ducks and grabbed them when they flew away. Oh, come on. Statins, no, no, not today. Nope.
Yeah, Satan's.
Duck
Satan.
shopping while I have it by the tail. My husband's triglycerides are 250. That's why his new doctor wants him on a statin. Told her his body hated statins. She ordered him some powder from the olden days and said it won't hurt. Whew. I was in tachycardia back in April. Heart rate was 110, now 82, off all hard drugs. That's great.
That's wonderful.
I have had it. There was one time I had the heart rate at over 200 for like 10 minutes. It wouldn't relax. And I'm like, oh, hell no. But now I just sat back on the couch, took some deep breaths. I told my husband, if I even think about going to the hospital, it would be over by the time I got there. They wouldn't find anything wrong. I know how to take care of it. So it was like, that's
Yeah,
good. Most of the blood work is being done in the system. Good for you. Take it in your own hands, Russ. Still, I think it's based on scare mostly. Yeah.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
It's right. It is based on scare. Off all heart drugs. I knew what you meant. Frankie Carnivore Cutler. Recent study shows statins cause insulin resistance.
Frankie.
Healthcare is not making money on me. All right, I'm just gonna go through these real quick for us. Good folks over 50. LDL levels is inversely
Yeah,
proportional to all cause mortality.
I joke around trying to get my LDL to 1,000.
Mine is like at 140 something.
Yeah,
And it pretty much stays there. And it's like when they called me and said, your LDL is high, I'm like, what is it? And I knew what it was because I had the
yeah,
results in my hand. And they're like, I said, it's not high. It's all good. And
yeah.
the total was like 250. I'm like, I'm not concerned. I said,
Yeah, these are the same people that'll tell you 32 for ASTLT is normal. Yeah, it's normal for people on standard American diet. Standard American diet.
all right, it would sometimes catch up with you later. I never went to the doctor either. And then all of a sudden, in Goma Pile voice shows, Shazam.
Shazam, Shazam, Shazam.
That's the main thing. Doctors still say don't search the internet for answers. Of course not, because they don't want you to know
Yeah,
more than they do.
yeah.
We know they're jacking us up. Yep. And Aaron said, bye. John, I had the doctor's office call security on me because I spoke the truth after they told me I was lying about my diet, had all the logs they refused to look at. That was my motivation for starting.
That's part of
I
the reason. He's not telling the full story. They caught him with several boxes of cotton balls. He was trying to smuggle cotton balls and Q-tips out of there. That's why that's the real reason why.
shame on you, John.
That's right. Yes, he was trying to get out of. He had about 2 handfuls of those tongue depressors, and he was trying to sneak out of there with them, and then he had to call security on him. That's
Now we know, John. Now we know. See, Russ was in there sneaking in the corner
yeah,
watching. All
yeah,
right. Russ, I want to thank you so much. We've been over 2 hours and it's been fantastic.
Well,
Everybody in the
I'm glad you
chat, thank you
enjoyed
for joining us. Sorry if you come on late and you didn't get any notices. Double check that you're subscribed to whomever and check that the bell is rung because YouTube does crazy things sometimes and will unsubscribe people. But
Well,
anyway, everyone in the chat, have a great night. I will see
good
you
night,
on my
everybody.
channel
Go
Wednesday with my husband and next Friday with Lisa Marie. And Russ, again, thank you so much.
Oh, you're
I
welcome,
love you.
dear.
Can't wait to
I
see
love
you
you
again.
too.
And everybody have a great night.
All right. Good weekend, everybody. Go Bucks.